What's good, everybody? Hope you guys are doing good. So we're back today for another video. Now before we begin, this is my Twitter page in case you guys are not already following. What are you waiting for? Go ahead and click the follow button. I post here on a regular basis once I get my dividends. If there's anything going on with the stock market, I post here. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, this is the best way to reach me, and usually I respond to you guys within the day, hopefully, or within a couple days. Alright, now let's begin the video. Alright guys, so it has been a crazy couple weeks post-election time. We all saw this coming, right? We knew the election was going to come and it was going to be crazy. The markets are going to be crazy. Society is going to be crazy. Everything is going to be crazy. So I've been trying to make a video for you guys, but the problem is every time I make something, it's like an hour later there's some big headline news. I got to redo the whole thing. So hopefully I can get through this, and maybe for a couple hours it'll be somewhat quiet. So where are we at? What comes next for the Dow and S&P 500 according to market history? Alright, so the Dow Jones Industrial and S&P 500 surged between Election Day and Monday when Pfizer announced its bug vaccine trial data. So yes, in case you guys haven't heard, Pfizer has made some good progress with the bug vaccine, and that caused, in part, for the market to skyrocket because people are speculating we're going to be okay, things are going to be back to normal. At least that's part of why some people are predicting the markets went up. The last 2 days saw a pullback, however, in stocks as bug cases hit new records, and public health experts say the worst of the bug will be in the months ahead. Okay, so that's kind of the thing, guys. Okay, the markets have been going up within the past week. The last 2 days we saw a pullback, and potentially we could be getting a vaccine. However, cases are still soaring. So is it probable that we're getting a temporary increase in stock value and then people are going to sell out, or once the economy closes down, because some states are going to close down? And no, that's not a conspiracy, guys. Okay, it's a fact. I have some articles here to show you. Some states have discussed potentially closing down, and to be honest, I would not be surprised if it happened sooner than later, especially going to holiday season. People are coughing, they're sneezing. It's just going to be a mess, guys. Okay. Market history says that after huge short-term gains like the US market just experienced, expect volatility, but the record also shows that long-term investors can benefit. That is correct, because my portfolio, guys, was up about 7%, and then once we had our little run up, it went up to 23%, which was insane within the matter of a couple days. And like I said, this thing could drop as well, so this will help you get emotionally much more disciplined, because you're going to be able to deal with these drops. Hopefully, if you are investing, you're going to be learning a lot right now, guys. Okay, we're going to see what people's strategy is and what we can do. Alright, market volatility to the downside may not be entirely behind us at the last 2 days of trading. US stocks and the Dow Jones Industrial just remind investors with a dip of more than 300 points on Thursday. So today is Friday when I'm recording this thing. We had a dip of more than 300 points on Thursday, but since the week of election and through the encouraging Pfizer bug vaccine data released on Monday, stocks have surged. The Dow spiked by 10% over 6 days, S&P just 9% over the same bullish run that culminated in the bug vaccine trials. Okay, so that's kind of where we are at with stocks in this case. History of Dow, S&P after short-term surges, as you guys can see. It's a lot of volatility. So that's kind of what we've been saying. Now, a U.S. election is still in dispute, and control of the U.S. Senate is still up in the air. And talks on Capitol Hill for more financial relief still showing a wide gap between the Democrats and the Republicans. These guys are still fighting about a bunch of nothing. Meanwhile, recent economic data has been strong. Non-farm payroll growth for October was better than Wall Street expected, and weekly jobless claims fell last week to their lowest since March. But here you go, guys. Look, if you're playing in MySpace, you're playing your PlayStation, you're playing your Xbox, pay attention. Economists are worried a slowdown could be triggered by the bug. Now, I'm going to go over a few articles here on why that is. The Fed remains concerned. Jerome Powell said on Thursday, recovering but to a different economy will be one that is more leveraged to technology, and I worry that it's going to make it even worse and more difficult for many workers. Okay, so you guys kind of get the point. The markets have been down, what to expect. The bug is surging. Let's move on. Trump strikes out in Arizona, Michigan, Pennsylvania ballot challenges Biden to lead more secure. Okay. Trump already long shot efforts to reverse an apparent win for President-elect Joe Biden by challenging votes in courts suffered 3 big setbacks in Arizona, Michigan, and Pennsylvania on Friday. So this is fresh off the press, guys. This is what I'm telling you. Literally, I try to make a video and I find an article on something. So this is fresh. The challenges that Trump had, they were shut down. Okay. In Arizona, Trump's campaign dropped a legal challenge of a number of ballots in Maricopa County, saying Biden's overall lead in the state is too big for the disputed ballots to make a difference. So they just basically pulled back and said, hey, we're out. Michigan, a judge declined a request by Trump backers to block the certification of election results in Detroit. Trump has refused to concede. The president has falsely claimed that he has won the race, even after major media outlets reported a win for Biden. So that's kind of where we are at with that. Like I said, unfortunately the markets are closed tomorrow, so we can't see how markets react to this, but I can guarantee you guys on Monday we're either going to have a huge swing or a huge downward movement, because this is pretty big. Looks like Trump's chances of being in office in January are definitely getting slimmer, and maybe we should be getting used to a potential Biden presidency on the 20th, with it, which it kind of seems like we're going that way. But like I said, we're living crazy times. The Simpsons, I think, predicted something else is going to happen, but we're going to have to wait and see. Now here is where the markets are at today. Currently up about 300 points, guys. That is insane. If we go to 5 days, this is the Dow Jones. If it loads, that would be great too. Look at this. So on November 9th, we were at 29,686. And then as you guys can see, we kind of dropped a little bit. So it's been pretty consistent, but within, let me show you guys, give you guys a 1 month view. Here you go. So from the end of October till now, the markets have gone up about 11%, which is pretty insane. Almost 3,000 points, which is pretty crazy. And like I said, either we're going to be trending that way or we're going to be dropping. But it looks like with the news of Trump potentially not winning, we're going to have to wait and see what the markets are thinking. Potentially, we could have more drops. I'm saying probably we're going to have a drop next week. That's just a prediction. We'll see what the election results tell us, and who knows, maybe tomorrow or Sunday we'll get some news about other states. Hopefully Nevada can count, because Nevada, I think they're still counting, guys. S&P 500, the same thing. We go to end of October here, all the way till now. 10% increase, up 310 points. Markets have been crushing it. Now let's continue on here. Biden bug advisor says U.S. lockdown of 4 to 6 weeks could control the bug and revive economy. Okay. Let's be open to this. Maybe this makes some sense. How? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me, but look, we got to be open. Maybe they got something to explain here. A bug advisor to President-elect Joe Biden said a national lockdown would bring the bug under control in the U.S. He said the government could borrow enough money to pay for a package that could cover lost income for individuals and governments during a shutdown. We could really watch ourselves cruising into the vaccine availability in the first and second quarter of next year, while bringing back the economy long before that, he said. Okay, guys, let's put our thinking caps on here. If you shut down the economy for 4 to 6 weeks, how would that revive the economy? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. You need people to work and produce and build and do things of that nature for the economy to revitalize and people to have money to spend. Okay, let's continue on here. Let's see, like I said, maybe they can make sense of this to us. Shutting down businesses and paying people for lost wages for 4 to 6 weeks could help the bug in check and get the economy on track until a vaccine is approved and distributed, said Dr. Michael Osterholm, a bug advisor to President-elect Joe Biden. Interesting. Okay, let's see. What's this guy's credential? Osterholm, who serves as director of the Center of Infectious Disease, basically CDC, Research and Policy at the University of Minnesota, said earlier this week that the country is headed toward bug hell. Cases are rising as more people grow tired of wearing masks and social distancing, suffering from so-called bug fatigue. He said Wednesday, colder weather is also driving people indoors, where the bug can spread more easily. Alright guys, that's not good news. A nationwide lockdown would drive the number of cases and hospitalizations down to manageable levels while the world awaits a vaccine. Alright guys, this is not good news. I think this is not what people want to hear. And yeah, the whole mask thing, I think people are over the mask, because depending on which state you're in, guys, like I said, I went to California and everybody had a mask. People were in their cars with masks. But where I'm at now, hardly anybody has a mask. You go outside, some people got it, but I mean, it's not as enforced, you could say. But let me know, which state are you guys living in, and does your state, is it enforced? Because I haven't seen it too much where I'm at here. Trump campaign drops Arizona ballot challenge case, says Biden has too many votes to catch. So that's what I said, guys. I tweeted about this earlier today. So it looks like Trump is throwing in the towel for Arizona. So that's one less state. Trump's campaign dropped a legal challenge of ballots in Maricopa County, Arizona, saying the president-elect Joe Biden leads too big to be disputed to make a difference. So that's 11 electoral college votes for Biden. However, Trump still has refused to concede the race. That's kind of where we stand with that. All right, let's see what else we got here. Trump campaign has originally argued if the disqualified ballots were added to the vote tally, it will prove determinative of the outcome of the election of president of the United States in Arizona and or other contested offices in Maricopa County. And the complaint was filed on Saturday, so about a week ago, and this is where we're at, guys. Okay, we still are waiting, but looks like I said, Trump's time is ticking, guys. I don't see a whole lot of good options for Trump unless, like I said, those states somehow miraculously we can find enough ballots to where he's going to be able to stay in office. I think we're going to have Biden for the next 4 years. Pennsylvania judge rules in favor of Trump campaign, orders states can't count some ballots. Now here's what I'm telling you guys. So as you guys can see here, Arizona is done, but Pennsylvania has ruled in Trump's favor to say some ballots cannot count. Trump campaign and Republican National Committee filed a lawsuit last week challenging Pennsylvania Secretary of State Kathy Boockvar's decision to extend the deadline for voters to provide proof of identification if it was originally missing from their mail-in ballot. The deadline was extended from November 9th to November 12th, which was yesterday. Pennsylvania Commonwealth Court has previously ordered any ballots fixed during the extended deadline to be segregated as the case played out in court. Alright, so big number here. 53,580, that's the number of votes by which Biden leads President Trump in Pennsylvania as of Thursday afternoon. That lead will not be affected by ballots at issue in Thursday's ruling. So yeah, that is a lot of votes that they're going to have to try to make up for if they want to win Pennsylvania. And like I said, guys, maybe they find some of these, but 54,000 votes for Trump when we know that the mail-in ballot votes tend to be more for Biden. That's just what the numbers have showed us. Like I said, it's not looking too good, guys. It's not looking good at all. Now let's switch gears for a second here. Disney. I sold out of Disney a long time ago, right? I told you guys, made the video. Disney's profit plummet as the bug keeps its core business flailing. Disney Plus appears to be the bright spot in a year that saw profits drop 45%. Disney is getting hit pretty hard, guys. And why I sold it, like I said, I'm a very simple guy, okay? I keep it very simple for you guys. Once they cut or suspend the dividend, I'm out. It's very simple. Not that complicated, okay? That's what I do. So once that news came out, I was out. I waited for a point where I could break even, and I pulled the plug. A year ago this month, Disney was riding high as it revealed it had racked up $70 billion in revenue and $15 billion in operating income for fiscal 2019, while it also celebrated the launch of Disney Plus. Okay, people are obviously spending a lot more time at home, and people have their kids at home, so they're watching more Disney Plus content. But the parks, I think, are still pretty much closed, or they're operating in limited capacity, and that's really hurting Disney because that's where they make a lot of money, is from the parks. People going on the cruises, the hotels. It's a ton of money, guys. People spend money on food, on merchandise, and that's all basically shut down. Once taxes are factored in, the company lost $700 million during the quarter, which encompassed the July to September period, a rare drop for the country's most prominent entertainment company, and also films too. I mean, Disney. What was it, Mulan? I think it was Mulan, right? That film that went straight to video or whatever. I mean, Disney usually has a couple good movies, but Mulan went to the platform, and you had to pay $30 to watch it, so we got a lot of negative feedback on that. And yeah, Disney is not looking too good, guys. Like I said, that's not investing advice. Do your own research, but I pulled the plug from Disney a long time ago. You guys let me know in the comments below. Are you invested in Disney? Have you pulled the plug too? Give me some of your thoughts so we can have a conversation. Now, here's something that I heard that was interesting, guys, okay? This is interesting. Okay, Elon Musk, right? Everyone's favorite CEO. Musk took 4 bug tests, right? He took 4 of them. 2 were positive, 2 negative. When asked by Twitter if he showed any symptoms, Musk said he had symptoms of a typical cold. So this is something that I saw on Twitter. This is not Photoshop. This is not fake news. This is actually legitimate. Okay, so brace yourself, guys. Okay, if you're playing your Xbox, your PlayStation, just pause for a minute. This is important. Something extremely bogus is going on. Was tested for the bug 4 times today. Whoops, what happened? What's going on, guys? I'm getting hacked. Okay, here we go. 2 tests came back negative, 2 came back positive. Same machine, same test, same nurse. Rapid antigen test from BD, Musk said in a tweet, possibly referring to Becton Dickinson and CEO's rapid antigen test. Tesla CEO said he'll be undergoing polymerase chain reaction PCR tests from separate labs, whose results will take about 24 hours. When asked by Twitter if he showed any symptoms, Musk said he had symptoms of a typical cold, nothing unusual so far, Musk added. That is very interesting, guys. So he took the test, and as you guys can see, he got 2 positive and 2 negative. Okay, what that means, how that factors into things, I can't tell you guys. I'm not the expert, but definitely a little bit suspect if you ask me. How come 2 came back positive? How come 2 came back negative? Maybe we need more context, but if somebody can help make sense of that to me, you guys let me know, because I don't know. Oh, here it goes. Disney. Oh, what happened? No, pause. There you go. Disney CEO Bob Chapek slams California for arbitrary rules keeping park. There you go. So Disney is still closed in California, guys, in case you were wondering. Even more reason why I'm out. Like I said, even if they open up to limited capacity, who's going to want to go? People don't feel safe. All those rides, all those things people touch, it's going to be really, really hard to sanitize everything and for people to feel comfortable. Like I said, guys, just a prediction, but it turned out to be true. But yeah, this thing with Elon Musk, we're going to have to monitor this thing, see what happens. He took another test. So once those results come, hopefully we can get some more information on what is going on. Let's continue on. Now, more lockdowns are potentially on the way, guys. Okay, it's from the Washington Post. So this is not fake. This is, I guess, somewhat legitimate depending on your view of Washington Post, but they kind of just post what's going on, right? Okay. Here we go, guys. Illinois, Maryland, Washington governors weigh more on restrictions. Okay, here we go, guys. Here, I want this video not to play because hopefully the volume won't come on. Okay, hopefully you'll be okay. All right. Oh, here. Never mind. Here we go. Governors for Illinois, Maryland, and Washington said Thursday that have not ruled out ramping up restrictions or enforcement, even if that means forcing businesses to close to reduce the spread of the bug. So, people have already struggled, right, guys? If you close businesses again, I think it's going to delay the recovery, right? So right now, depending on what type of articles you're reading and seeing, they're saying it's going to be at least until 2022 to 2023, until the economy recovers, everything is kind of opened up, because from what I've been reading, it's going to be probably middle of 2021. We're still going to have the situation with the bug. Hopefully that's not true, and this thing gets sorted out sooner than later. We can go back to a sense of normalcy, but that's kind of what I've been reading and seeing. The record-breaking surge in cases is being driven to a significant degree by casual occasions that may feel deceptively safe. Congressional Democratic leaders accuse Republicans of refusing to confront the dramatically worsening bug. Division I college athletics is going to cancel winter sports seasons as Georgia starts its laborious audit of the presidential race. Its Secretary of State entered quarantine Thursday after his wife tested positive for the bug. Okay, guys, so it looks like brace yourself. I would also add California to this list. I know that in New York they imposed new restrictions. they are closing bars and I think gyms by 10 o'clock. I think that's what happened with that. Because here's what happens, guys, right? You can get the bug before 10, but after 10, before 10 you're safe, right? No bug. But after 10, everything's gonna get shut down because after 10 o'clock, the bug is when you're gonna catch it, right? It comes out after 10, guys. Okay, they done research. And that's what they found out. Let's continue on. So Germany has had some restrictions. They had another modified lockdown, but Germany's protests against the bug restrictions are becoming increasingly radical. Like I said, guys, it's gonna be an ugly scene. I know that once we had some shutdowns here, there were some people who were protesting, but it didn't get out of hand as far as I know. But in Germany, it looks like things are getting kind of a little bit more extreme. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens, but it's not gonna be pretty, guys. Okay, people are losing their jobs, they're losing their businesses. I'm in a place at work where I sometimes hire people, and the stories you hear is absolutely it's sad, guys. Okay, people losing businesses and family members who are not doing too well. It's a tough time, guys. All right, almost done here. So where are we at? Everyone's favorite doctor, Dr. Fauci. U.S. shatters another record for daily cases as states threaten new lockdowns. Every day it's like we're getting a new record in cases, and I'm not going to go through all the stuff, but basically we have more than 10.5 million cases and 242,000 fatalities have been reported in the U.S. since February. European nations are warning that it's too soon to make travel plans for Christmas, given the distinct likelihood that travel bans and lockdowns will still be in place by then. Yeah, guys, the airline industry is getting absolutely destroyed right now. I would hate to be working in the airline industry right now, right? No one's really going to be traveling as much. It's going to be a lot more cautious, especially, like I said, if some states issue some type of ban from traveling from different states, it's going to get crazy, guys, potentially. Okay, it's just a potential. Alright, so this is what I was telling you guys. The alarming increase in nearly every state are primarily the result of small social gatherings that take place behind closed doors, experts say, including dinner parties, game nights, sleepovers, and carpools. Okay, like I said, take with it what you will, but that's what we're being told at the moment. Minneapolis sees a violent surge as police officers leave the department in droves. I put this up for one reason, guys. If you live in Minneapolis, let me know what the heck is going on, because it just seems like it's getting crazy out there. And what is it? Violent crime has been going through the roof. It's basically sad out there, guys. Right? So, are these articles accurately portraying it, or are they making an extreme? Are they taking a minor situation and making it extreme just to get clicks and to have more people come to the website? You guys let me know. But if this is the case, crime going up, be safe out there, okay? Wherever the hell you guys are out, just stay safe. Last thing I got for you guys, the Dow Jones rallies 300 points in big earnings week. S&P 500 eyes new closing highs. So yeah, like I was telling you guys, we are in very high volatility. A lot of volatility, guys. Boeing, one of my companies that got hit the hardest, has gained more than 2%, which is good. That's not investing advice, do your own research. But yeah, that's one of my hardest hit stock is Boeing. My strategy with Boeing, I'm not adding a penny more. They suspended dividends. The stock has been getting hit, and I'm basically just trying to find a break-even point right now. But yeah, Boeing is getting destroyed. The Dow's biggest winner is Cisco, nearly 7% up in the volume, and they set the stock definitively above its 50-day moving average where it had met resistance this week. I am long Cisco, not investing advice, do your own research. And Apple has been down about almost 1%, right? So Apple's been down, Tesla fell 1.4%, extending Thursday's 1.3% loss. And that is kind of where we are at, guys, for today. Like I said, a lot has been going on. Any single one of these tabs, I could give you guys like an hour-long video and really give you a deep breakdown. But hopefully this kind of helps sums up where we're at, and you kind of have an idea of what to look for. Expect volatility and a whole bunch of craziness for the next month and a half until January, until we can figure out who the hell is going to be president, okay? Because right now we don't know anything for sure. Anyways, if you stuck around to this part of the video, thank you guys for watching. Really do appreciate it. If you're not already subscribing, like the video, like. Until next time, peace.